Welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Friday, January the 8th, and the Hogs are 2-0 in the SEC after going on the road to Oxford and beating the Ole Miss Rebels 94-87. On today's pod, we'll break down that win. We'll preview the upcoming game at Auburn. We'll go over the latest ads that the Hogs have made in the transfer portal, which have been mighty impressive. And we will talk college football playoffs and NFL playoffs. We would be remiss to start. We just are filming this as the Fiesta Bowl has wrapped up late on Thursday night. What a freaking game.
Dude,
What a game.
insane. Yeah, that was one of the best games I've seen all year, and much less semifinals to the national championship. So yeah, it was wild. Kind of hate it for Ole Miss, but then at the end of the day, you're like, who cares?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I was pulling for him, I'll be honest.
I
I
was
mean,
too.
I really like Trinidad Chambliss and his story, and
Yeah,
obviously the whole Lane Kiffin saga. I was kind of wanting those players to, they were playing with that little motivation to, prove to him that they are good enough, and he didn't have to leave them for what he thought was a better job. Even though we all know LSU is, but as a player on that team, that's not how you think.
yeah,
But yeah, man, it was, you know, I only hate Ole Miss baseball. I hate Ole Miss baseball.
yeah.
Um,
No, for sure.
I've really never had a problem with Ole Miss football or basketball just because they've never really been relevant, kind of like, um, until the last few years, obviously. But yeah, heck of a game. Miami, Carson Beck takes them down the field. Well, Lord, they just kind of threw shots in the fourth quarter at each other, interchanging, and Beck drove him for a touchdown. Trinidad Chambliss drove Ole Miss for a quick touchdown. Carson Beck drove back down, scrambled into the end zone with 20 seconds left or something, and Chambliss two passes got him down to the 30 and had a great shot at the end zone. I think the biggest question in all this, Andrew, is did Lane Kiffin whiff or what when he picked a starting quarterback this year? You can't tell me Austin Simmons is better than Trinidad Chambliss. There's
Right.
no way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they always say that it's hard to tell in summer camp just because you got a different colored jersey on. They know that they're not going to get hit, that kind of stuff. But you got to think at some point he would have shown something. But
Yeah.
yeah, who
Yeah, I
knows?
mean, I know
But
some dudes are just gamers. They may
mhm,
not be great practice players, and I
yeah,
don't have any idea about Trinidad. But yeah, man, I have a hard time believing how he was not the day one starter because he's as good as anybody in the country. I don't
yeah,
care. Fernando
oh
Mendoza,
yeah,
I mean, any of them, Diego Pavia, I don't care. If you had them all on the line and you gave me Trinidad over those guys, I'd be like, all right, let's roll. So,
yeah,
and obviously, you know, it's funny because I remember when Ole Miss beat us, we were both on here being like, we just got beat by a D2 quarterback, Division II. He came in and beat Arkansas, and
yeah, yeah,
he made that take look stupid for sure.
yeah. Well, I think I said it on the podcast that week of Ole Miss that um, Morning Mayhem on the Buzz had Harding's head coach on the show, and I guess he had played Trinidad in the playoffs in D2 last year, and he was like, if this guy gets if he's going to be the starting quarterback this week, he's not going to get he won't give the starting job back to
Yeah.
Austin Simmons. Like he spoke very highly of him and knew then that he was going to be great. And then, of course, Arkansas just gave him an audition to be fantastic. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we gave him all the confidence he needed to make his magical run, so I think he owes us something. Good
yeah,
Lord.
get a
And he's
sixth
in the
year
middle.
income. Yeah.
He's in the middle of, trying to get that extra year of eligibility.
Hmm.
That's been a big topic of discussion nationwide. They haven't ruled on it yet.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, obviously, selfishly, I hope he doesn't. Um,
Yeah.
but I do respect the kid. I think he seems very, very mature for his age, and he's
Hmm.
really good in front of the camera. And obviously, I like guys who have went that D2 route or that lower school route and worked their way up and have earned it. So, um, and he'd already said if he gets his extra year, he's staying at Ole Miss. He's not going to
Right.
LSU.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kudos to him. Kudos to Ole Miss on a great season. Um, you know, I I argue with my buddy Josh Alford, who's been on the show more than any adult. We argue and go back and forth about everything Arkansas and Ole Miss all the time. And I texted him before the game. I said, "Dude, I'm pulling for y'all." Like,
Mhm.
I didn't want to just because of him, but I had to just because I like. First of all, I love their baby blues. I
Oh,
love their
dude,
baby
yeah.
blues,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah,
I
those
just
are
know like I like the underdogs. I like the Indianas, the Ole Misses of the
mhm.
world. So,
I wanted it
um,
to be Indiana, Ole Miss. I just think
yeah,
that'd have been cool and give me something to give me reason to believe, give me some hope that,
hmm,
if Indiana and Ole Miss can make it to the national championship,
yeah, for sure,
then we can at some
could
point.
be us.
Yeah. Indiana's got 0 5 stars on their team, so it
Hmm.
literally just shows you that having the right coach, the right culture, uh, having the right tactical things in place, you know, a lot of times can beat out 5 star
Yep,
talent if
yep.
you know,
There's
but
different ways to do it for sure, and just
yeah.
hiring the right guy. And that's kind of what we said during this whole coaching search. Is like we'll give anybody a chance, even though we were obviously were skeptical of the Ryan Silverfield hire.
Mhm.
Like, hey, it can happen if you just hire the right guy. And you don't know it's the right guy until
Yeah.
until you know. So,
Right. Yeah.
um, but yeah. So, anyways, so Miami is going to the Natty. Um, they will be awaiting the winner, obviously, of Indiana and Oregon.
Mhm.
Indiana currently sits as a 4-point favorite. They're in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Um, Oregon looked pretty good against Texas Tech, but I'm not believing anybody can beat Indiana until they do. So
Yeah.
that goes for Miami, Ole Miss. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Yeah.
think so. I'll be pulling for the Huskers and um, with my heart and my pocketbook, and hopefully we see an Indiana Miami Natty.
Yeah. The the Adidas Bowl.
Yep. Well, the
Mhm.
thing is, the Natty is in Miami at the Orange Bowl, so
Oh,
you're gonna have
okay.
to go in and beat Miami in a home field environment. Um, so it's
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
make it a little tougher.
they might have the worst home field advantage of anyone, but
Yeah, it's not like it's a
that
good one, but surely they come out for the Natty.
right, yeah,
Surely.
yeah. They had fans there tonight, so,
Yeah.
and fans acting
There was
like
a
that they
lot of Ole Miss
care.
fans there. There was a lot of Ole Miss.
Yes, there was.
I saw on Twitter it was probably 70-30 Ole Miss.
Mhm. And I
And
was like,
so
did they get, like, a memo to wear red? I was like, "I don't know that I've ever seen Ole Miss in that much red."
yeah,
Like, their
they were
whole
decked
side
out.
was all
Yeah.
red. It was
Uh-huh.
weird.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they got, like, a memo to wear red or something, but
Yeah, they had to have because they were too
I've
they were
never seen that
unmatched.
much
They
red
had
in
to
a Ole
have.
Miss. I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
always worked in, but, like, there was a lot of red for Ole
Mhm.
Miss.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, great game. National championship or second game of the semifinal tonight as we air this. So hopefully it's another good game and we get our money's worth. But more importantly, the Razorback basketball team was in Oxford for far more important things than this football stuff. Um Hogs go into to Oxford in a sleepy, which we knew would be a bad environment, but boy
mhm.
was it sleepy in that
Oh, yeah.
arena. It was
Yeah.
like half full,
Mhm. If
and
that.
yeah, dude, it was a pathetic showing. Um, but they go on the road, they get a 94-87 win, and anybody who is worth their salt talking sports like we are professional sports analysts, knows
Correct.
that it doesn't matter how sloppy it is, going on the road and winning in any sport in
Mhm.
the SEC,
Mhm.
in any league, is difficult.
Yeah.
Um, and so you take that for what it's worth, and you just, hey, we played a C plus B minus game. Don't care. Got out with a
Mhm.
win. That is
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah. For sure. We'll take it.
Oh, for sure. Um, Darius Acuff, I know it's getting kinda tired of talking about the same guy, the same story, but, um, unbelievable performance and wasn't even nowhere near his most efficient game.
Mhm,
But obviously he goes and gets 26 points, 9 assists, um, 11 and 12 from the free throw line. When Ole Miss made their little push late, you know, Cal put the ball in his hands. He's like, dude, don't make a play. Just 1-4 flat, do your thing. And he did it. And so just a generational talent. We just have to, man, you Razorback fans out there, just enjoy it.
mhm.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, the old heads are saying that, he's the best guard we've had since Lee Mayberry, point guard. And even as a freshman, he was way ahead of where Lee Mayberry was as a freshman. They're talking about Lee Mayberry as a junior and
Mhm,
Acuff as a freshman.
mhm.
Um, and so obviously we won't see him till his junior year, but yeah, just enjoy it because it's a generational talent. It's a generational player, not just his skills, but his demeanor, his mentality, um, just a freak. And so
Yeah.
I'm trying every time I watch it, I'm trying to just like sit back and be like, we may arguably never see another point guard like this.
Mhm.
I mean, with Cal, you never know, but
Yeah.
there's a better chance than not that you'll never see another kid like this come through Arkansas.
Mhm. Yeah, one thing I picked up on yesterday that I guess I just hadn't noticed before. You don't see him on the bench a lot, but there was one point in I think it was the first half yesterday or last night where he was on the bench and Cal was talking. He wasn't like ribbing him or anything. I think he was just kind of explaining what was going on. But like
Mhm.
A Cuff was just like
Eyes,
eye to
yep,
eye contact and like just that's the
yep,
stuff as a former athlete and somebody that wanted to be a coach, I love seeing that in athletes, especially high profile athletes and like,
mhm.
guys that are going to be elite. But that's just mentality, I think and how you conduct yourself is the difference a lot of times in being like
Good
elite
and
or
great,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So
yeah, and that
that was
says
that
that
stood out.
says a lot about Cal, obviously, and obviously the respect that he has from his guys, but it also talks about the maturity of the players, that they're willing to have a growth mindset. And even though he's like a surefire top 10 pick, he doesn't think he's too good to be coached or
Hmm.
learn or grow.
Yeah.
And as a former coach, that's obviously always something you know, you want your team to do. Um, but when you're scouting, especially, that's something you always notice is like, are these guys locked in during timeouts to their coach? Or
Hmm.
are they just too busy staring off at the crowd or just drinking their water, not paying attention, or they locked in.
Hmm.
And so yeah, it says a lot about Darius obviously and his willingness to continue to try to learn and grow and get better and be coached and obviously Cal's presence and the culture he's built and the respect he has. So that's really important, man. I mean, if you're trying to win championships, that stuff matters.
Hmm.
That stuff matters. That's not a little thing.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't watched Kentucky huddle yet, but I can assure you, I would not be surprised if in that huddle you don't have 4 or 5 guys staring Mark Pope in the eye,
Hmm.
trusting him to put them in the best position to succeed right now.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get to around the SEC in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darius Acuff, unbelievable night again, man. And the thing that's getting scary is when Carter Knox has put 2 or 3 really good performances in a row. He had 11 and 7 against Tennessee, and I was like, if you could sign me up for that, I would take it every day of the week. When he comes out and he gets 10 and 6 against Ole Miss,
Hmm.
and he's found that extra motor. He's always getting those loose ball rebounds, kind of trying to follow that energy that Billy gives. Speaking of Billy, unbelievable night for Billy Richmond. 24 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 5 shooting, 6 rebounds. I mean, we're forgetting that, 6 rebounds in 24 minutes is really, really good for a guy who's 6'5", 6'6". It's not like
Mhm.
he's 6'10".
Right.
If he's playing 35 minutes like some of the studs, he's getting 10 rebounds as someone who's 6'5". So,
Mhm.
but when Billy and Carter, man, if those two are consistent, this team's as good as anybody. You can't
Yeah.
convince me otherwise if those two guys are doing what they do.
Mhm.
Then obviously, Malik Thomas has kind of got his swag back, obviously, from the last few games. Had a good game against Tennessee, had 13 points, made 2 threes. Not super efficient, but good enough to, you know, you could tell he's got his confidence back.
Mhm.
I say 13 points, like that's chopped liver for a true freshman on the road in the SEC. Um, and then TB, baby. TB's kind of TB never was in a slump or playing bad. His shot wasn't falling, but he played 38 minutes against Tennessee. If
Mhm.
you're in a slump or you're not helping your team, you don't play 38 minutes against Tennessee.
Right.
He just
Yeah.
wasn't scoring the ball at a high level.
Mhm.
But he was doing everything else. And obviously he hit 4 threes, 18 points, 6 rebounds for Trevin. So yeah, man, hmm, this team can score at a high level. The
Mhm.
easiest bet of the night is Arkansas's team total was 77.5. And I was like, have we scored under 80 all year? And I only went back to the past 5 games and like,
Mhm.
no, like we scored over 80, 90, 100 a couple. I mean, I was
Mhm.
like, they're giving me 77.5 for the Arkansas total. Like, yeah, I'll put my mortgage on that. And I did. And that was easy. Dude, they had 77 with 8 minutes to go in the game.
Mhm.
So, anyways, you sports bettors out there, this upcoming Auburn game, if they give you a total that's under 84, bet the over because the Hogs scored a high level and Auburn scores at a high level. And
Mhm.
so it'll be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
Uh, Defensively, they kind of went back to their old ways. It was kind of frustrating to watch. Ole Miss hit a lot of tough contested shots, but they got to continue to play with that defensive intensity. They got up 16 and Chris Beard pulled his patented sub all 5 of them out, put 5 new guys in, some of them that hadn't played all game, and that second group is a group that cut it to 4. I mean, that's just the Hogs kinda letting off the gas a little bit. "Oh,
Mhm.
we're up 16. Oh, he's putting in the scrubs. Okay, let's just coast this in." No, can't do that.
Yeah.
That's a teaching point. Can't do
Yeah.
that in the SEC, can't do that on the road.
Mhm.
Can't do that against Chris Beard. But yeah, defensively, just got to shore some things up still. But yeah, win on the road. I got one more. Moving on to Auburn Saturday. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't like it. I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
Um, Auburn's a tough place to play, but more than that, Auburn's 0-2 in the league,
Mhm.
and they are in desperation mode.
Mhm.
And they lost to Georgia in overtime, and then they got beat on that crazy buzzer beater against A&M. They
Did
got
they get
waved
that right or
off.
wrong? The call.
They got it right. They got it right.
Okay. All
They
right.
got it right. I saw a still shot.
Okay.
Um, Live, I couldn't tell though. I was surprised they overturned it live because
Mhm.
they called it good, and I thought the call in the court would stand because I couldn't tell live. Even
Mhm.
the replay, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell, but I
Right.
did see a still shot. But
Okay.
with AI nowadays, the still shot may have been faked. I don't know,
Mhm.
but yeah. So they've had 2 heartbreaking losses. So
Yeah.
they're 0-2. They're hungry. I mean, this is a must-win game for Auburn.
Mhm.
And so that worries me, obviously. And they got some dudes, they got some good players. Uh, they got 2 guys who are, probably first round draft picks. So it's going to be a high scoring game. They play like we do. They like to score in the 90s and hundreds. We like to score in the 90s and hundreds. So I look for a lot of points to be scored. Um, if the total's under 170, I'll bet it the over. If the team total's under 84, 85, I'll bet it the over. I think it's just gonna be back and forth all night, points on points on points. But I hope I'm wrong, obviously. But you heard it here first. I'm very concerned about this game, and I don't. It's just they're 0-2, man. They're good. They're gonna play like it's like their lives are on the line.
Mhm.
So they have to.
Yeah.
It's a motivation factor thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's people saying that about us last year. We started on 5, so
Yeah, I know.
so
I
so
know.
I'll be the voice of reason here and
Please do.
say that we go in and beat Auburn on Saturday. So I'll stick with us
Yeah.
this week.
I obviously I hope you're right, and I'll be glad to say that I'm wrong. And
Yeah.
I bet Auburn's favored.
You think?
Yeah. I bet Auburn it'll be a pick 'em at worst, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Auburn's favored in the game.
Okay.
Um, so we will see. It's gonna be an up and down game though. I'm telling y'all, you can't
Yeah.
be get mad every time Auburn scores because they score it and we don't guard it. And so it's gonna be exciting to watch for sure.
Mhm.
Um, Going around the SEC real quick, there was some good games the past couple days. Obviously, Arkansas sits 2-0 in the standings, along with Vandy, Missouri A&M, and Mississippi State. You could have made a fortune if you would have bet those 5 teams to be
No
2-0.
joke.
'Cause Mississippi State has not been good. Missouri's not been good. A&M's not been great. Um, yeah, 2-0. Obviously, the big game, and I'll be the first one to eat the crow, is Vandy, proving that they are legit, beating Alabama 96-90.
Mhm.
Um, did you get to watch any of that one?
Uh, all I saw was
Sorry,
it
I
like
got
the
some text here. I'm sorry.
oh, you're good. All I saw was the break-ins, that they would
Yeah,
do on the Arkansas game, showing some highlights of it, but I
yeah.
didn't watch any of it other than those couple
Yeah, so
highlights.
it was a high level game, dude, and the bashing on Vandy was obviously they ain't played nobody, why they rank so high, and dude, they look dang good. I'll give them their
Mhm.
credit. They look dang good, beat Alabama. Um, there was 60, I think they said 63 fouls. Is that right?
What?
63 fouls in the game. Did I hear that right? Maybe
Damn,
43 fouls.
that would make a lot more sense, but
And maybe it's 63 free throws is what it was.
okay, that
Um,
would make even more sense.
no, no, there was 88 free throws.
Okay.
63 fouls may be right. Hold on, 35 and 29. What does that equal?
35 and 29. I'm not good at math.
That's that's 64.
Okay.
Yeah, there was 64 personal fouls called in that game. I was
Damn.
right. I was right. Can you
How long was
imagine?
that game? 3 hours?
Oh, it was yeah, everybody was grappling about it. Dude, there was 88 free throws shot. 88.
That's yeah,
That's
that's
wild. That is
I'm
wild.
not here for that kind of basketball.
Right. Um, but no, credit to Vandy. That's gonna be they come in here in January 20th, I think, and they're gonna be
Mhm.
5-0 more than likely, 4-1 at worst. But I hope they're 5-0. And if we can get past Auburn, then we have South Carolina at home. We should beat South Carolina at home. It could be two 5-0 teams.
Mhm.
Could be a top 10 matchup in
Mhm.
Bud.
Yeah.
Oh, sign me up for all of that.
Yeah. I gotta get into a game, especially before this baby comes. I need to get to a basketball game. I haven't been yet this year.
Yeah.
So,
What's the due date on the baby? When's the baby coming?
due date is March 23rd, but all of our
Right in the middle of March Madness.
I know, well, and both of ours have come early, so I'm thinking it'll probably be like 2nd week of March probably. Is
Yeah.
when
Okay. So yeah,
is when is when
you
we'll
better
have him,
enjoy it while you
so
can, because you
yeah.
won't be going to the Final Four with me apparently. Like I guess you'll be locked down.
I'll find a way. You heard it here.
um but yeah, that was a big one over the week was Vandy beating Alabama. Mississippi State spanks Oklahoma 72-53.
Mhm.
So good for them. Florida beats Georgia by 15 at home. You had to imagine Florida would bounce back after losing at Missouri. Tennessee beats Texas 85-71 at home. South Carolina beats LSU by 10. And then obviously A&M beat Auburn by 2 on the just craziness at the end of that game.
Mhm.
And we will wrap it up with our boys in blue up in Lexington, Missouri as a 13-point underdog. Goes into Lexington and not only covers the 13, but beats Kentucky 73-68. And Big Blue Nation is in shambles.
Mhm.
And I'm here for it. And I've made the mistake of watching the TikToks of the Big Blue Nation faithful griping. And now all my algorithm is Kentucky griping.
Mhm.
And it's so addicting. I can't get out. I can't quit watching it. Can't quit
Well,
watching it.
yeah, I saw one of the members of Syringe 5 uh post last night that it's a Kentucky fan and
Shout out Jared Ross.
yes, probably a loyal listener of this show. No, we used to work with him, went to school with
He
him.
no, I bet he dabbles.
Okay. All right.
I know his sister's a loyal fan.
Okay. What's up, Jared? Um, yeah, no, he posted like something about Arkansas is going to end up winning the SEC and something about anyway,
Yeah,
just part of the Kentucky faithful that's
he's a
not
huge
having
Kentucky
fun
fan.
watching this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's yeah, dude, they're in shambles. Obviously everybody's reposting from when Cal left for Arkansas and they were thank you and thanking Chicken Nugget Man and the chicken guy
Yeah.
and for saving their program forever. And now I see a bunch of them being like, "Please bring back Cal. How do we get Cal back?" Uh, but yeah, Mark Pope is lost as a goose. So I would say I hate it for him, but I'd be lying if I said that. So
Absolutely.
last thing about basketball, then we'll move on to the transfer portal. I'm a big Chris Beard fan. You know, he
Mhm.
was at Little Rock, took him to the tournament. Obviously, he's a great basketball coach. Texas Tech took him to the national championship game. Couple Sweet 16s. Texas had him rolling until he screwed up. And Ole Miss took a flyer on him. Arkansas offered him the job before we hired Cal. You know, trying to get him to come. You know, after his first year at Ole Miss, didn't make the tournament, anything like that. He has to regret not taking this job.
Yeah. Um,
After seeing for multiple reasons, obviously, but after seeing how pathetic that home court atmosphere was, dude, on our worst, it doesn't matter if we're playing in the Rose Bowl the next day, further than the Fiesta Bowl. On our worst night, we have 4 times the amount of people they had at that game.
yeah. I mean, people I get on Arkansas fans about not going to our, lower tier game.
Non-conference
Yeah,
games, yeah.
we should be better supporting the team in non-conference, but conference is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was yeah.
But he has to dude, he has to be like, "Man, why did I not take that job?" Because
Yeah,
nobody even cares at Ole Miss. I
right.
mean, that's part of the problem is they don't care.
Yeah.
They had a good team last year, went to the Sweet 16. They're not gonna make the tournament this year. They didn't make it 2 years ago, and nobody's gonna care.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
who would wanna do that? So,
yeah.
um,
Even football, like, they'd rather be in the Grove than in the stadium.
right.
So,
It's a t the stadium's terrible. Have you ever been to
yeah,
Vaught Hemingway?
I went, what year would that have been? It was what Petrino was here, the first
Okay.
time. We
So
won.
I've been
So
3 times. Obviously, with my wife being from Jonesboro, like, it's like an hour and a half.
mhm.
Um So I've been there 3 times for football games and 2 times for Morgan Wallen concerts, but only 1 time when Morgan Wallen showed up. Um, but,
Okay.
uh, but yeah, dude, it's like War Memorial is what it is. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a little bit bigger War Memorial, and so it's a terrible, pathetic excuse of an SEC football stadium, and there's not even the times I've been, there's no home field advantage at all. I mean, it's
Yeah.
now I know it's gotten a little bit better with Lane being there and them being good, but
I think
it's
I think
still
it's a
not
lot
great.
better now. They at least they have the lights. They got the
They have
lights
the
going,
lights. Yep.
um,
Yep.
and they win. So there's that. There's
Yep.
those 2 things that they have going for them
Yeah.
that we don't. But we're about to do it.
Yeah.
About to get better.
Yeah. Good segue. Transfer portal. Hogs. Ryan Silverfield. Golf clap.
Yeah.
Uh, Slow
Started off
start.
slow.
I told everybody, I was like, not a great start, but there's a lot of time left. I'm not panicking, but I'm a little bit nervous.
Mhm.
And since Tuesday, Jiminy Christmas, have they been hot in the
Mhm.
transfer portal? Um, on three has them at the number 10 overall class in the country so far in the portal, and they're probably not done. Uh, I'm just going to start going through a few names and just chime in whenever you want to chime in. But
Sure.
I'll start with the latest, starting most recent. Bryant Williams, probably our biggest get, the offensive tackle out of Louisiana Lafayette. He's the number 6 overall offensive tackle in the portal, ranked um, top 30 or 40 something player, I think. Huge get, shoring up that offensive line. Um, right at almost the exact same time that he committed, Josiah Clemens commits, offensive tackle from Memphis. Big old boy, 6'7", 320 pounds or something. Um, so that's the 2 latest. Braden Lee, cornerback out of Maryland,
Mhm.
didn't play a ton, uh, but we got to build depth in that secondary for sure. Phoenix Jackson, linebacker from Baylor, he got hurt at Baylor last year after just a game or two. Was a 3 or 4 year player at Fresno State before that. Matt Adcock, tight end from Memphis. Adam Hawks, offensive tackle from Oregon State. Probably a depth piece there. Um, Tamori House, big get, linebacker from North Carolina. Played 700 something snaps last year. Uh, Huge get to shore up that linebacker room with Bradley Shaw and Wyatt Simmons. Let's see, Shelton Lewis, DB from Clemson. Didn't play a ton at Clemson, but played some. Jamonta Waller, defensive end slash linebacker type player. I think he'll be a DN from Auburn. Jaheim Johnson, really excited about Jaheim Johnson from Tulane, a defensive
Mhm.
back, uh, top 100 player. So, uh, really good get there. Where's they don't have the other D back from Maryland on here. We got the other D back from Maryland yesterday. Oh no, it was
Okay.
this morning. Um,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that picked us over Ohio State
Yeah.
and Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
And he went on visits to both of them. It's not
Mhm.
like he was on their campus and he picked
Mhm.
us. So right away you feel like I forgot that kid's name now. I don't know why it's not on the on three deal. But you have him and the kid from Tulane. They call him Joker
Yeah,
Johnson.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Lakai Roland. That's him. You got Roland and Joker Johnson. I feel like immediately your corners are. I mean, they'll be your 2 starting corners next year.
Mhm.
So that's comforting. That's exciting. And then I kind of lost where I was at, but Hunter Osborne from Virginia, defensive tackle that started every game for them, played a lot of snaps, ACC experience.
Mhm.
Jasper Parker, I don't remember how far we got Tuesday, but from Michigan. I didn't get a ton of snaps at Michigan, but he's a four-star out of high school.
Mhm.
Sutton Smith, the running back that ran for 150 yards on us. So, um, I may have forgot a couple in there, but, you know, they were getting a bunch of guys, the linebacker from Howard and people like that, and you're just like, "Okay, yeah." And then all of a sudden, the big pops start coming.
Mhm.
And so, good for him. I think he's done I'll give him a so far, I mean, Lord, I'll give him an A minus, to
Yeah.
not only get these guys here, but you're getting these guys to a program that won 2 games.
Mhm.
You're competing against Ohio State for these guys. You're competing against, Ole Miss for a bunch of these guys. And somehow he's convinced several of them to come to Arkansas off a 2-10 season. So,
Mhm.
thoughts on the portal class and kinda your vibes on it?
Yeah, right out of the gate, wasn't super excited, thought it was a little slow, but, yeah, I mean, definitely picking up steam now. I mean, the big thing is, I'm not super well versed on a lot of these guys,
Well,
but,
yeah.
I just wanted to see, like I said right before the portal opens, like, I wanna see guys from schools, you know, Power 4 schools that had some playing time or had some promise, coming into their school. But yeah, I mean, going down the line, you're seeing obviously a ton of guys from Memphis, but then, Michigan, uh, Cincinnati, who was at Tennessee before, USC, Virginia, Alabama, Tulane, Auburn, Clemson, North Carolina, Kentucky, Baylor, Maryland. Like, so
Yeah.
he's getting some guys from some big schools, and the big thing is obviously continue to get as many of these the best guys that you can, and then create the culture and get it going from there, and start doing it. I mean, obviously we saw Signetti's done it in less than 2 years. Obviously Lane built it at Ole Miss in 6 years,
Mhm.
so or less than 6 years. So, um, yeah,
Can
so
definitely be done.
it can be done. So I'm overall pretty pleased. Obviously top 10, you can't at Arkansas after winning 2 games, you can't be upset at that at all. So we'll take it. So I just want to see how it all kind of blends together, and I think you may see quite a few Ole Miss guys enter the portal after losing tonight, maybe. So maybe I don't know if we'd be in the running for any of those guys, but we typically recruit a lot of the same type
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah.
I'd love to see
Yeah.
Luke Haas come back if there was. There's probably not a chance there,
He j
but
no, he already signed for next year. They just
they
announced it like yesterday. They put a big tweet up of him signing. So,
with Ole Miss,
yeah.
dang it, they
He had
didn't
like
they
he had
didn't
like
use him
5
either.
catches.
I
He had
know
like
they
5
didn't use
catches
him
this
either,
year.
just like we didn't use him last year.
Maybe he's just not very good.
I think he's good. I just think he might be a little injury prone, but I think
Well, he's
I
that for
think he's
sure.
good. Anyway, dang it. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's
Sorry to burst your bubble there.
some other people.
Um, but no, yeah, man, I'm really excited about the class. They're gonna keep adding. Obviously, I think they've kinda shored up the secondary. Um, I'd like to maybe get one more safety or nickel,
Mhm.
just to really get some depth there. I like our linebacker room. You've got the kid from North Carolina, you got Bradley Shaw, Wyatt Simmons, the kid from Kentucky who's a pass rush specialist,
Mhm.
the kid from Howard who, you know, we've had some success with them Division two, FCS guys.
Yeah.
Uh, definitely I'd like to get another piece on the D line, probably interior. Um, but edge or interior. You got Quincy Rhodes who's going to shore up one of your edges. Charlie Collins coming back is huge. Uh, you got the kid from Auburn coming in, kid from Kentucky could play D end, kid from USC and Virginia inside. So probably one or two more pieces at D line. I definitely want to get one more offensive tackle, and one more receiver. Um,
Mhm.
the Memphis kid may be good enough. I think the kid from Louisiana Lafayette, I mean, I think he's a surefire starter.
Mhm.
Um, but I think we're good at running back. I think we're good at quarterback. Probably receiver. If I had to pick one spot, I'd like to go out and get a get a big time receiver.
We're in the running for, one of the receivers from Auburn. Did he
Yeah,
sign?
Simmons. Last name Simmons. I haven't heard if he's signed
I was
anywhere
just
or
trying to
not
look
yet.
that up.
Um, yeah, I'm not sure if he's signed anywhere yet. But yeah, we were definitely in the running for him. Um, so maybe they can pull one out there. But yeah, we need to shore up a few receivers. I mean, I don't even have a roster pulled up. I'm not a good host, but you got CJ Brown coming back, and I mean, who else? You got what's the kid's name that broke his leg? Kid that fumbled at Ole Miss, Jalen Brown?
Oh, guy from LSU, yeah,
No, from Florida State. Um,
I've heard of both of those. Uh,
yeah, he broke his leg. I forgot what game it was, but um, the kid that fumbled against Ole Miss. Anyways, you got him coming back if he can recover. But C.J. Brown, Courtney Crutchfield, uh, and so then you got you got the young guys. The kid from Warren that I really liked, and
Jalen Brown.
but Jalen Brown, yeah. Uh, you have all our receivers pulled up right there.
I just did the roster,
Okay,
just the whole roster, so
yeah. But yeah, anyway, so just trying to shore up that receiver room. I'd like to go out and get one or two receivers.
Mhm.
But outside of that, man, I'll be curious to see where else they decide they need to add. I mean, how much money they got left to splurge, and
Remind me again, and forgive me for, having a brain fart. Did we keep Antonio Jordan or did he leave?
no, yeah, he's here. Yeah,
Okay. Alright,
I mean
I'm good. I like
I mean,
receivers.
he hasn't like signed, or there's not been but he hasn't
Uh,
said he's going in the
he
portal.
hasn't, like, entered the port.
Um,
Okay. Alright.
yeah, so
Okay. We still got
you
Monty
good?
Harrison coming off a broken whatever he
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
40-year-old
30-year-old
guy.
Monty Harrison. Yeah,
I dude, they said he looked good, and he was out there before he got hurt.
yeah, yeah. Jaden Platt coming back, that was a big thing since we last had our last pod. Um, he had a good year at tight end. A lot of people thought he'd follow Bobby to North Carolina because he followed Bobby from A&M to here.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was a good job keeping Platt. So yeah, man, I think this offense has potential. I'm not real familiar with Tim Cramsey's offense and his style, and
Mhm.
um, but I like our running back room. I like our offensive line for the most part. I think quarterback competition will be exciting between KJ and AJ.
Mhm.
Um, Jaden Platt's a good SEC high level tight end, and so yeah, man, it's starting to shape up. Getting slightly excited for football.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um, good decision keeping those season tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on to him.
That's right.
The
That's
time
right.
the year that I decide to give him up as the year will be incredible, so
Hmm. Um, I'll go over real quick a few of the guys that have left and where the ones that have committed have said they're going. Scott Starzik, kicker, obviously
Mhm.
is going to LSU, of
Mhm.
course. Uh, Blake Cherry, who is a really highly touted true freshman offensive lineman that I really wanted to keep, but he's following his old offensive line coach up to Wisconsin
To
and go play in the snow.
Wisconsin.
And go transfer again after what's his name gets fired up there next year.
I know when he took that job there, I was like, "Golly, man, you're probably not it's probably a
You'll be
one and
searching
done deal."
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justice Boone, defensive end who played, good snaps for us this year. He's also going to Wisconsin. So, Amarian Harris, starting right tackle from last year, went in the portal. Next day committed to Oklahoma, so he will be going to OU. Ian Giffard, obviously, will be going to Texas. and your boy Tavian Wallace will be a Kentucky Wildcat. Kind of
I
surprised
know.
me.
Yeah, I was a little
Uh,
surprised by that too. I thought he would have gone like,
but Will Stein, dude, Will Stein's gonna do good there. That's a good hire. So
oh yeah, no, for sure.
he's also put together a pretty nice portal class while trying to coach Oregon in the college football playoff. So,
Hmm.
anyways, it wraps up on the 16th, I think. So we still got 8 more days. Today's January 9th, but by the way, I said it was January 8th on the opening. um, on Friday, January 9th. Uh, but we already talked about college football playoff. We're both going with Indiana, I believe. Is that correct?
Hmm.
To beat
Yeah,
Oregon?
yeah.
And and the last thing I wanted to touch on to wrap this puppy up at almost midnight on Thursday night um, is NFL playoffs start this weekend. We don't talk a
Hmm.
ton of NFL on this podcast, but I do think we need to touch on the playoffs as they start up. I do not have an NFL team, but I do like watching the games. I tend to bet on the games. I like watching football, so
Hmm.
um, I'm a football guy. I know ball, as I like to say. So I will be watching the NFL playoffs obviously this weekend.
Yeah.
We have the Steelers and the Texans. I'm just going to run it down. You just give me who you think wins. I'm
Okay.
going to go. We got the 4 seed Steelers and the 5 seed Texans at Houston.
I want Houston to win. I'm gonna pick Pitt.
Yeah, I like C.J. Stroud. I like Houston. I like D'Amico Ryans.
I love
But
D'Amico Ryans.
it's hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin also.
Hmm.
I'll go with Houston. The 3 seed. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. That game is at Pittsburgh. I said it was at Houston. That game is at Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
3 seed Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The winners of the AFC South have Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills coming into town. That game is a straight pick 'em on the betting market. Who you liking that one?
Man, it sounds crazy, but I'm going with the hot team.
Yeah,
Buffalo's been a little down here lately. Jacksonville's hot. Cam Little's got him the
that's right.
golden leg. Give me Duval.
Duval. Yeah, I will also go with Duval. Uh, I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
I don't know. I just remember I never even heard of it until they were
Yeah,
making fun of the new head coach when he was like
yeah.
Duval.
Duval. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I have no idea. So just go Jags.
And then we got the
I'll
two
break out my
seed.
Matt Jones Jags jersey.
There you go. There you go. Got the 2 seed New England Patriots and the 7 seed Chargers. Um, Patriots have been good to me betting this year. Drake May kind of come out of nowhere. Obviously, hired Mike Vrabel. He's been a great hire for the Pats, who were not good last year, and
Hmm.
immediately has him as a 2 seed facing the Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah, give me the Pats.
Yeah.
I like Mike Vrabel, I like Drake May.
And then you got the Broncos as a 1 seed have the bye. In
Hmm.
the NFC, the Seahawks are the number 1 seed with a bye. Um, the 4 and the 5 is the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams slash St. Louis Rams. I mean, I think the Rams are way better than the Panthers. That may be the biggest blowout, if I had to guess, of the weekend.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm Rams all the way on that one.
Matt Stafford resurgence, more than likely MVP. I mean, he's got to be freaking pushing 42, and he's probably going to win the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Um, 2 seed Chicago Bears, crazy because they've been really bad for a long time.
Hmm.
Caleb Williams has been trash. Then they go hire Ben Johnson, the OC from Detroit Lions, and right away, bingo bango, has them as a
Hmm.
2 seed. They have the
I
seven
knew it
seed
was a great
Packers.
hire when they did it too. I was
Yeah.
like, he's gonna turn that thing around.
Rivalry game, anyways, and now they get to play in the playoffs. Um, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, he got
Uh I'm gonna take the Bears. cautiously, but and I'm literally just because of Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I'll
Home
take the
team
Bears
better
also.
coach. I'll
Yeah.
take the Bears.
And then your Eagles coming in as a 3
Let's
seed.
go, baby.
They had the 49ers of San Francisco coming in, Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey.
Mhm. I'm terrified, 'cause our offense does
Been
not look good.
struggling. Yeah.
It's not
The
look
defense has been really good though.
defense has been fantastic, offense not so much, but, let's go playoff Jalen. Let's get it
Yeah.
done. I'm gonna pick the Eagles, but I am terrified.
Yeah, I'm also picking the Eagles. I have a money line parlay where I just need the Eagles and the Indiana Hoosiers to both win straight up. That's my largest bet of the weekend. So they're both about 4-point favorites. So it's minus 200. You
Mhm,
can't bet that straight up. You're laying 200 to win 100.
mhm,
I don't like that. So parlay them together. Hope they both win, get better odds. No spread needed, just straight up winner. The Hoosiers and the Eagles. So that if you want to tell me, then that would be my recommended bet of the week. Um, anyways, so we will be back on Tuesday. Um, we will react to the Hogs and Auburn. Should be a great game. That'll be must see TV. So hopefully they go down there take care of business. We'll have more transfer portal news. We'll have winners of college football playoffs. We'll have the Natty set up. We'll have NFL second round ready to rock and roll. So um, everybody have a good weekend. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Final thoughts, Andrew, and take us home, my man.
yeah, let's have another great game tomorrow or tonight, and yeah, never yield. Go Hogs always. Let's get another dub this weekend. One of us is picking the Hogs to win. That's me.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep.
anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Like,
Sounds good.
follow,
Woo
love us.
pig, go hogs.